Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brightway Manufacturing Soils Control Equipment. We are currently at the manufacturing plant. Here at their manufacturing plant. Okay. So my name is Joel, and I'm an international sales engineer here at Brightway. All right. So this week we are celebrating Brightway expansion to Thailand, where it participated in the Trenchless Asia Expo 2026 in Thailand. All right. So right now I'm going to introduce to you about the company and the equipments that were exported to the Trenchless Asia 2026 Expo. All right. So let's go back and talk about the profile of Brightway, why Brightway was chosen, and the scope that is covered by Brightway. All right. So Brightway is a company that was established in 2012 in Xi'an, the ancient capital of Xi'an. All right. As an innovative and diverse industrial development group, it provides integrated solutions spanning from R&D, manufacturing of high-end oil field equipments, cross-border trade of crude oil and refined products, oil and gas engineering and technical services. All right, which include also the oil and gas field development. All right, so Brightway also undertakes oil refinery, chemical engineering, natural gas purifications, and environmental management. All right, so Brightway has agents with over 70 countries. It has over 11 subsidiaries and over 20 agents. Okay, and over 1,000 patents. All right, so this is the market layout of Brightway. As I said, this is just the introduction of Brightway and so far the history of Brightway. All right, so you can see Brightway has expanded to Canada, USA, Brazil, Argentina, Congo, Egypt, and so many. All right, so the 11 subsidiaries or branches which are known globally. We have the American branch, the Nigerian branch, the Indian branch, and the Russian branch. So in those areas, Brightway has established factories in those countries. Okay, so among the qualification and honors that Brightway has earned, we have so many qualifications. We have the quality management certificate, we have the occupational health certificate, we have the certificate of registration, environmental management certificate, we have the machinery directive attestation of conformity. All right. And then in addition, some of the honors that Brightway has earned, we have the oil and gas drilling technology, we have the national high-tech certificate, we have the expert skill certificate, and the AAA level credit enterprise. All right. So let's talk about the intellectual property. So here, basically, it means the innovations that Brightway has made over the years. So it has so many that there are over 100, which means that Brightway has been able to invent certain type of equipments or linear shaker in a different form, which are customized to Brightway. All right. So let's talk about the corporate culture. What does Brightway stand for, and what's the mission of Brightway? So for the corporate mission, Brightway is a pioneer of advanced manufacturing technology. All right. So the corporate purpose: good attitude, active action, bright future. All right, so the business philosophy is to create value for customers, create benefits for shareholders, create prospects for employees, and create employment for society. All right, so what are the corporate values? Plagiarism, innovation, transcendency. And then the security outlook is life is priceless, safety is supreme. All right, so next let's talk about the Brightway works with which kind of people. Okay? So these are some of the people that we work with and some of the projects that we are undertaken by Brightway. All right, so you can see here Chairman Liu Zong, and then other team members here and the celebration that we are going on. All right, so our important customers we deal with Morocco, we have Edinok, we have Sinok, So these are basically the partners that Brightway has partnered with in the selling of soil and gas equipment. All right. So next here we have a simple introduction of a 15,000 meter drilling rig, which was established and designed by Brightway. All right. So next is the interview, CCTV interview of Mr. Lizo. This is the chairman of Brightway when he was interviewed by CCTV. All right. So then let's talk about the equipment. All right. Since we're at the factory, we are going to be able to walk around. Okay. We see different kind of equipments that are manufactured by Brightway. All right. So we see here, this is the gantry machine. So this machine is used for molding. Okay, molding 3D objects and measuring them and then being able for them to fit in certain kind of the kind of centrifuge. Yeah. So this model is 2014, right, and it has a dimension of 6,000 by 3,500 millimeters. All right. As you can see, there is an operating man there who is undertaking the equipment. So let's talk about it. So these are kind of the equipments that are being assembled or manufactured by this gantry machine. So these equipments, you see, they have a diameter of about in a diameter of about 15 centimeters, okay, and then another diameter of about 18 centimeters. So these are kind of the equipments that are manufactured. So next, these are also kind of the bolts, okay, the turning bolts which are used in the decanter centrifuge. So we can see these ones. It's exactly 21 centimeters. So all the measurements are done by this kind of equipment, and it's all on precision because the machine does all the riveting and bolting. All right. So then let's talk about the computers that carry out the operation. So we can see here in the computer that everything is computerized, okay? So anything that is manufactured by Brightway is basically measured precisely and determined by the computer. So you can see right now this is the process that is being undertaken in the gantry machine with the operative taking room. So this is why Brightway has been able to innovate and undertake certain kind of equipments used in the oil and gas sector. So which means Brightway has evolved. Initially, these equipments were not available, but when they came, Brightway was able to increase its production capacity. Okay, so this is why Brightway also participated in that Asian Trenchless Expo 2026, whereby it was selected to be the supply company of the oil and gas equipment. All right. So next, this is another type of gantry machine. Okay. So this one also does the same purpose, but this one, the parts that it makes is different from this one, because this one makes vertical cylindrical parts, and then this one makes long cylindrical parts which are used in the decanter centrifuge. All right. So here we can see a base. This is the base that can be used on the solid control panel. We can see here, this one has a length of about 65 centimeters and a width of 55. So everything is determined properly. All right. So you can see here also these are weldings with this kind of equipment. This is equipment that is used in the vertical cutting dryer. All right. So next, let's talk about as you can see here, this is another gantry machine where all the bolting and drilling goes place in it, which are under precision. Okay. So you can see here the operation as it's going on. All right, and then we can see certain drilling bits, okay, that it uses, so of different sizes, okay. So this is why Brightway is at a level of industrial manufacturing, okay. Right. Okay. So then we talk about the certain kind of equipment. So these equipments are the pivot rods which are used in the decanter centrifuge. Okay. So next here, these pivot rods, let's see, they have a diameter of what? Yes, these pivot rods have a diameter of about of 10, okay, and then an inner diameter of about 5.6 centimeters. Okay, so then next let's talk about, so these balls are used in the decanter centrifuge also. So as you can see, this lineup is used for manufacturing of parts for the decanter centrifuge. As I introduced you, these are the bulbs. Better they will drill in the bits, okay, and then the hose where the separation of the liquid is passing through. So that one, as you can see, this part here, it will be added onto this part, okay, and then as it spins, it separates. Later on, I will show you the full assembled decanter centrifuge. All right. So next, let's talk about this is another gantry machine. This is not yet under operation. And then we talk about the other parts. These are the spare parts. So basically, all the spare parts have been manufactured and assembled here. So which means if you buy this kind of equipment, you can easily access the spare parts which are needed at any given moment. They are available. All right. So next, we talk about this is another gantry machine. You can see the process going on. All right, so the cameraman can show you. You can see the operation going on, riveting and making all the drill bits, or the drilling, which is all under automated machinery. So this is the best thing about Brightway, in that it was able to attain this kind of machinery that are used in the manufacturing of all the equipments that are needed in the solid and gas equipments. All right, so as you can see here, these are some of the steel parts, steel that is used in the manufacturing of certain parts used by the decanter centrifuge. Okay, so then this one we can see a steel. It has a diameter of about 24.5 centimeters. All right, so basically it is used in making this part. As you can see, that one is used to drill and make this one, okay? So to make this kind of equipment, that's where the gantry machine is used. All right, so next, let's talk about the operation here. So basically they have, the company has got 6 gantry machines, which includes the production of certain spare parts, okay, of any kind of solid and gas equipment. Okay, so then next we have some spare parts here. Okay, you can see the stainless steel. Okay, stainless steel. So any kind of spare parts that is needed is manufactured here at Brightway. So next we see some diagrams, AutoCAD diagrams, which are used in the manufacturing of these parts. So everything is computerized, calculated, and then assembled and then processed. All right. Then here we can also see some other parts which are assembled by this gantry machine. All right. So then next, let's talk about the. Now these are the bows. They are the bows of the decanter centrifuge. Okay. So we can see here. This is where the liquids which are from separations uh, like get out of from, and then here is the entrance for the drill field, which needs to be separated. So basically, you can see a high speed valves. These are high speed valves. These are used in high speed decanter centrifuges, and then you have also low speed decanter centrifuge valves. You can see that the difference. These are big, and then these are small. Okay, and then inside what they put there, this is the separation. This is the inner spiral that separates the drilling feed. So at the spins, okay, at the spins, it spins at a very high speed, and then the liquids are separated on one side, and then the solids also pushed on the other side. All right. So these are the parts that are assembled to make the decanter centrifuge. So we can see these are also smaller. So this one is a low speed decanter centrifuge. All right. So then we also have an equipment here. This is also used in making these parts. So these parts basically are the parts that are also used in the decanter centrifuge, whereby here the polishing of those parts where it goes place and making the surface smooth, as you can see here. Okay, right. The equipments are all here, and also there are some raw parts that are being used to make those parts. And then here, additionally, here we have some additional drilling that are used to making certain connections that are used on the decanter centrifuge. So we can see here some parts here. So these are parts here which are made by this kind of machine, drilling, basically making the holes where the bolts are inserted in. All right. Then, as you can see this side, this side has all the spare parts used for the vertical cutting dryer. These are the parts used in the vertical cutting dryer. Okay, that spins at a very high speed. And then you have also some spare parts. Okay, and molding equipment used in the decanter centrifuge. All right. So then next here is the warehouse for the certain kind of equipment. Okay. All right. So you can see everything is well arranged and sorted. Okay. So we can see the parts for the filters. All right. You can see the filters assembled here, and then you can see cables. Okay. You can see other additional parts like these parts here, the pipes. Okay, everything as arranged and needed by the customer can be available. Okay, so every spare part is needed. All right. So then let's go to the assembling of certain equipments. Okay. All right. Now here, let's start with the pumps. Okay. These are the engines that are ready for assembling. Okay. Now you can see these are certain pumps. You have different speeds. Okay. They have different speeds. All right. This is a 55 kilowatt pump. Okay. The small ones are 55 kilowatts pumps, and then these are high pumps which are used for the All right. So this one is 11 kilowatts. Okay, 11 kilowatts pump, as seen there. All right. So next we talk about these are linear shell shakers, which are actually these linear shell shakers are ready to be exported to the Trenchless Asia Expo. So they are ready, and this is why everything is well sorted out. Okay. All right. So these linear shell shakers are a single deck. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, and then they are ready for assembly. All right. So next I will show you the full assembled linear shell shaker. Okay, and then additionally here we have a mud cleaner. All right. This mud cleaner has a single deck. Okay, and then it has two descenders, okay, and then it has, let me see, it has 12 deciliters, okay, it has 12 deciliters, all right, so which means the separation in that is quite good, okay. All right, so we have a vacuum degasser here, all right. All these equipments are going to be used in the expo, okay, and then if needed, they can be sold and available, all right. All right, so this one has it's a 15 kilowatt, it has a 15 kilowatt pump, okay. As you can see, those pumps that were there, okay, so they put them here, okay. So these are the 15 kilowatt engine or the pump. All right, so this one is a triple deck inertial shaker. All right, so next year we have a full combination, okay, because here in at Brightway, at the manufacturing plant, we can assemble any kind of equipment, okay. So we can see this kind of equipment is a combined single deck, but this equipment, it houses all the three, right? Houses all the three linear shell shakers, so they have been joined together, okay. As you can see, certain kind of equipments are being used, okay, and then assembled. All right, so you can see that these equipments, they put the engine, okay. The assembling process is like the frame is first, okay, and then the engine is next, okay, and then the sieves will be next, okay. All right, and then testing will be next, okay. So that's the forward of this process of assembling of these VSO shakers. Okay, so then next let's talk about the other type of parts. So you can see here, the different kind of parts that are used for the so you can see these are sieves that are used for the vertical dryer, okay. So you can see these are big size vertical dryers. So you can see this is 0.3 millimeters. So you can see here it has a diameter of 40, outer diameter of 46, okay, 46, and then inner diameter of 28, okay. So basically everything has been calculated and computed very well. You can see these are kind of different, okay, different, and then the other one is the mold for making these filters for the vertical cutting dryer. All right, so next this is the vertical coil, which is big, like the very large vertical cutting dryer, okay. Then they pass there. Okay, so then let's go to the other equipment. All right, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 molds or frames for the vertical cutting dryer, okay, ready to be shipped and assembled, and then the sieves will be added. All right, so next we have this is the ball. This is a simple one, but they haven't finished it. This is for the decanter centrifuge, okay. All right, so then let's talk about this equipment. So this equipment, this one is the mud cleaner, all right, mud cleaner. This one has 3 descenders, okay, 3 descenders, and it has let me see how many deciliters. 4, 8, has 16 deciliters, okay. All right, so let's see. This vertical cutting, this mud cleaner has a capacity of about 360 millimeters, cubic meters per hour. All right, and the capacity for the motor is there are two. Okay, since there are two, each one has a capacity of about 1.27 kilowatts. Okay, and then its total weight is about 2.2 tons. Okay, 2.2 tons. Okay, so this is the Maripina. This Maripina can be customized. Okay, it can be customized according to your requirements. It can be changed if you want one design that's also possible depending on the capacity of fluid that you want to separate. Okay, all right, and then even the distributors can be separated if you want 16 or 4 or 8. All can be customized. Okay, all right. So then next is the inertial shaker. This is a single deck. All right. Why is it a single deck? Because it has one single layer. Here at Brightway, it has a code of BWZS. All right, 104. One stands for the single deck, and then 4 stands for the amount of different sieves that are put in there. Okay. All right. So this one has a screen area of about 2.73 meters cubed, and then each motor has a capacity of 1.8 kilowatts per hour. There are two. Each one has 1.86 kilowatts. All right, and then this angle. All right. So it has an adjustment pump. Okay, angle adjustment pump. This one ranges from about minus 2 to 5 degrees Celsius. Means it can change the vibrating angle of the mud. Okay, all right. So next, this is a double deck, inertial shaker. All right. So why is it a double deck? Because it has 2 layers. Okay, and then each layer has about 4. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 separate single sieves. Okay, so this is 8 and then 16. So this one is 216. That's the BWZS 216. All right. So next, these motors, you see, they are stronger than this one. Okay, these motors, okay, they're different. So this one has the capacity of about 3.5 kilowatts. So which means the capacity for sieving here is bigger than the other one. Okay, and they are 2. And the motor has a G-force of about 6.8 G's. Okay, and then this one, its weight, though it's heavier than this one because it has a weight of about 3.8 tons. Okay, all right. So next, we can see here the back. Okay, now let's see the length here. The length is about 119. Let's confirm whether it's right. Yes, you can see the length is about 1.9 thousand millimeters. Okay, right, and then so basically this is much about this double deck inertial shaker. All right. Okay, so then next let's talk about the triple deck. All right, so this triple deck is called a triple deck because it has 3 layers. Okay, 3 layers with different kind of filters. Okay, so they have 4 on each layer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 times 6, this is times 2, this is 24, and then it will make the code of BWZS 324. Okay, all right. This one has a capacity of about 180 meters cubic per hour. Okay, its capacity is more than the other one because basically it is much stronger. Okay, and then the G's is about 8.0 G's, right? And then the capacity for the motors is about 3.8 kilowatts. Okay, it's similar with the other one, so which means the G's and the capacity of the motors is the same. So the adjustment angle is about from -2 to -5. All right. So the screen area is about 9.86 meters squared. Okay. All right. Next, so the other thing, this kind of equipment, they can be customized. If you want a single deck, you have a triple deck. If you want a the double deck, all of them can be customized according to your requirements. Okay, so then let's talk about the next equipment. So this equipment is called the decanter centrifuge. All right. So for Brightway, this equipment can be customized, can be changed according to different type of assembly. Okay. So this is a medium speed decanter centrifuge. Okay. All right. So we can see the assembly. The assembly here is a main motor. All right. This main motor has a capacity of 37 kilowatts. Okay. So this is the main motor. This spins the belt. So the belt is here. Okay. And when it spins at the other motor. So inside here, this is the chain box. Okay. This is the chain box. All right. The chain box has a width of about 38 millimeters. 38 centimeters. All right. So this decanter centrifuge has a capacity of about 40 cubic meters. Okay. So which means it can filtrate fuels to a maximum capacity of 40. Okay. And then a rotation speed of about 3,200 revolutions per minute, which means that this motor can spin the other one at a capacity of about 3,200 revolutions per minute. And then, as I said, the main motor is 37 kilowatts, and then the auxiliary motor or the secondary motor has a capacity of 7.5. So, the secondary motor is this one. This motor spins the other end of the bowl, okay, or the separation bowl. So, this is the separation bowl for the secondary motor, okay, and then here is where the separation happens, okay, and the other equipments that have been manufactured, that the one that we started with, okay, that separation, okay, is inserted in here, okay, and then the liquids are separated on one side, and then the solids are separated on the other side. So this separation happens at a very, very high speed, okay. So this is the decanter centrifuge. All right. So next, let's talk about the vertical cutting dryer. So initially, as I showed you the mold or the frame for the vertical cutting dryer. Now this is the fully assembled vertical cutting dryer. Okay. So now this vertical cutting dryer, okay, has a capacity of about 40 to 60 tons, okay, per hour, which means it can filtrate muddy fluids from 40 to 60, okay. And then it has a rotation speed of about 900 revolutions per minute. And then the main motor, okay, which I'm going to show you next, has a capacity of 55 kilowatts, okay. And then the oil pump has a power of about 0.55 kilowatts, okay. So you can see here the control box, okay. The control box. So this is the main switch, okay. The main switch for the whole machine, okay. Then this is for the motor. This is for the oil pump, and then this is safety switch. Okay. So now this is the oil motor, okay, the main motor, okay. This is the main motor that spins the other filter that I showed you, okay, the big filters that I showed you, okay. And then next, this one is the oil or the oil pump, okay. This one has a capacity of 0.55 kilowatts, okay. So it pumps the motor. Since it's a machine that is spinning, okay, so it requires lubrication. So the lubrication is done by that motor. All right. So next, let's have a look inside, okay. So as you can see here, this is the filter which we showed you earlier, okay. So this is the filter earlier. As you can see, this filter it's inside, okay. So it spins. As it spins, okay, the solids go down and then the liquids are pushed outward. Only those with the required amount of particle size, okay, can pass through the sieve, okay, and then they are collected here. So the solids will go down, okay. So basically, this is the vertical cutting dryer. So this vertical cutting dryer can be customized according to your requirement, okay. It can be changed if you have just changing the sieve size, okay, that you want. So next here, this is the entrance for the fluid. So it goes in there down. So as it goes in, it is separated at a very high speed. All right. So as you can see, these are some of the equipments that are ready and then ready for export. Okay. So now, as we initially started, Brightway undertook the expo at the Trenchless Asia Expo 2026. Okay, so these are the kind of some of the equipments, okay, that are being exported there. Okay, so you can see this is the frame for the what? For the decanter centrifuge. Okay, is the frame. So it is just waiting for the for the for the separation valve to be inserted, and then the motor also to be added there. Okay, and then so you can see here there are a lot of flames for the decanter centrifuge. All right. Okay, and then here we have an additional motors. Okay. Okay, so we can also show that these motors are assembled and manufactured by Brightway. You can see also their logos here. Okay, it's manufactured by Brightway. Yes. All right. So we also have some additional motors here. This one has a resolution of about 1,850 resolutions. You can see some additional parts. Okay, some additional parts, and then here you can have a look at the frames for the linear shell shakers. Okay, which are undergoing various stages. Okay, various stages in separation. All right. So now at this stage, this is where the assembling and testing of the vertical cutting dryer and the vertical cutting dryer takes place. Okay. Okay, so then at this stage we see this is assembling. Okay, you can see technicians are taking the process of joining the turning rivet of the decanter centrifuge. So this decanter centrifuge bowl, okay, is then going to be attached. Okay, so you can see from this stage here, okay, okay, this one it will be attached on this one. Okay, as you can see here, this is the sample. So from that one, okay, and then it will be attached here. So you can see that one that they are assembling right now, it will be attached here. So this is here. So they turn it here. So it will be attached there, and then okay, next, as I explained earlier, so these are the belts. Okay, so you can see this is the what? This is the secondary motor. Okay, and its belt. There it was covered. So that means the other main motor is going to be attached to the other side. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think factory is very good. Okay, so now we can see and some additional separation bounds. So this one is also similar to the other. Okay, now next this one. Okay, now somebody may ask what's inside. Okay, so what's inside is this separation bound. Okay, this one. Okay, so you can see this one. Okay, this is the one that separates the fluid. So the solids are going to come out this side, okay, and then the liquids are going to come out this side. So this is the outlet for the solids, and then this is the outlet for the liquids. Okay, these liquids are very fine, okay, are very fine and very small. So this is the main purpose of the decanter centrifuge. So basically, this is the inner separation valve. All right. Okay, and then this one is also okay. All right, so you can see high speed and low speed. Okay, low speed decanter centrifuge. This one is bigger than the other one. Okay, all right. So this one has a bigger capacity. Okay, to separate the fluids. Okay, this one also. This one also. Okay, this one also. This one also. All right. This one also, similar with the other one. This one also. So you can see different decanter centrifuges are ready and ready for export. Okay. All right. Up to the other one. So next here we can see the pumps. Okay. These are the pumps. Is the add-on to the other one. Okay. The other the main motor. Okay, these are all the additional motors that are used for the assembly. And then there you can also see uh, some of the balls, okay, the medium one, the long ones, okay, high speed standard 50 feet, all of them are available, okay. All right, so next here, these are some of the other spare parts. You can see the tanks, okay, all of them are available at Brightway. And then here we can also see some testing done by the technician here, okay, making sure that everything is perfect to factory standards, okay. All right, so you can see all these are frames for the linear shell shaker, and then this one. This is just a frame for correction bowl. It's just connected to the different kind of equipment. It can be connected to the linear shell shakers, collect the mud from the well. Okay. Then you can see additional linear shell shakers, the cutter centrifuge. Okay. And then additional frames for the cutter centrifuge. Okay, so then next here we can talk about other parts. So you can see here, Brightway, this is a double jet mixing sharing unit, okay, which is ready for export, okay. This is for a customer, you see, after all the equipment is assembled, okay, tested, okay, and then packaged and then ready for shipments, okay. All right, so this one has a total weight of about 5 tons, okay, all right. And then it's a double jet mixing sharing unit, okay. All right, so then next year we also have some additional equipment that have been packaged. So basically after there they'll see it properly, okay, and then ship it, okay. So basically this is the GXW 02, okay, and this one has a weight of about 0.2 tons. Okay, so then this is the central drilling, okay. This is used in urban drilling, okay. This equipment is also used for urban drilling, okay, also ready for packaging, okay. So you can see here that's a small jet mixer, okay, where the treatment goes in from, and then you have the Brightway pump, okay, and then some addition. This is a tank, okay, tank where all the separation happens, okay, tank to store the equipment. Okay, so then next we can talk about the assembly. So in the other side, okay, the other side, this is where all the welding and then the cutting goes in place, and then the different kind of assembling, okay, where so many welding, riveting, welding, all right, and then spare parts for different kind of equipment are assembled and manufactured. So in this end, this is where all the other thing, okay, painting section. All right, so this is about the introduction, and thank you so much for joining us at this live, and see you next time, and welcome you at Brightway Manufacturing Company Limited. All right.